Give us your thoughts on what you're seeing from the players.
Good energy, good intentions. A lot of people with a high care factor right now. You know, it's just anytime you go from practice 1 to 2, you got corrections and additions on top of just basic fundamentals of how you want to play, the effort, the energy. So it's all just trying to work together right now. Yes, sir.
What has been some of the challenges going in as far as kids relearning the 4-3 or learning your version of the 4-3?
Well, our version of the 4-3, it's still a lot of fundamentals and expectations right now, more than it is assignments. So it's just, we're the standards, right? And then how do we maintain or continue to push those standards as far as how you got to learn, the accountability, what we're asking them to do, on top of the presentation of it all. So, I mean, it's all, listen, our intentions have been really good right now, collectively and individually. So, you know, it's a daily process of just going through it. And then after each practice, you're going to coach somebody in a way that maybe he likes or maybe he doesn't like. So there's that relationship building that's continually trying to be built on top of the learning. So, I mean, it's all necessary right now.
Obviously, you said learning the kids. You're also learning some new coaches. This is the first time you look at some of the coaches, Odell, number 5 particularly. But what's the chemistry like been on this defensive staff from day 1 to day 2?
Yeah, I really like our defensive staff. I think it's easier for us to know what the end picture is going to look like as a staff because we're with each other, whatever it is, the majority of the day. You know, and with how we coach and how we challenge our players. Even through the tour of duties, we saw what that was going to look like, player to player, coach to coach. So, you know, I feel really confident about our defensive staff right now, and our entire football staff here at Florida State.
Coach, you've been through this before. You have to kind of break in guys for the first time. And what is that process like, and what's your approach to kind of bring them along and get them to learn your system?
Yeah, we go really fast from a standpoint of we tend to teach them the fundamentals, teach them offensive identification, and once we get that foundation, then we really go quickly with install. And it's all concept learning, right? So we're going to install maybe 3 different concepts each day and build on each one, and you know, we just keep progressing. We try not to slow down. We make the players keep up with the installs, and ideally we're trying to install things for the second time now as we went through practice. The first time was to set a foundation. The second time was with a little bit more detail. And every time the player thinks he has it understood, then we add the next level of detail.
Gotcha.
And so we're constantly trying to not make them feel uncomfortable, but understand there is a process to this. There's a big learning curve that needs to be done. And right when I understand what the concept is, now it's about this too. And you can build off of each call. We tried not to install things with a bunch of checks and things of that initially, right? Every call plays to everything, and then try and teach it from there. So, you know, right now we're on day 2, so we put in the second grouping of calls. Thursday will be day 3, and we continue to go through that process and try and clean it up each day and build on what we're doing well.
I know some guys maybe cross-training, safety, corner, that kind of thing. Is that you guys want to learn where they're going to play, or you want them to have that flexibility when you get to game time?
Both.
Gotcha.
So we're trying to gain an understanding of each individual learning curve, and then collectively you're trying to build a group, a position group to build the unit. So cross-train some people, yes. Know exactly where some people fit right now, yes. And it's a little bit of a mixture of both of those worlds right now. Sometimes we're not getting lined up right, so they're forced to learn 2 spots. But the ones that we are, we're trying to give them a sample of what it is and what it's going to look like at the end of this spring.
Right.
But some guys, like, you know, Carlos Becker, we moved from safety to corner. You know, there's some people like Renato Green, we moved him from corner to safety. So we're trying to get a feel, we're trying to be transparent with our players and let them know we're always going to make decisions based on the team number 1 and the players 1A. And I'm always trying to balance those decisions that do what's best for the team, yes. But I want to do what's best for the individual player as well. If a decision has to come down 50-50, we'll do what's best for the team. But we're always trying to balance that. Always trying to do what's best for the individual player within the team concept. You know, that's a balance that we as coaches have to be able to find out.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes.